Hey man, say man, you know the lights on because I got the ice on. It's your boy Don Dada. We here with another episode in the kitchen with the cook up, and I'm here with,
Tasha Lanier.
Ronald Lanier.
and this is Opulence Style House. So first and foremost, guys, let the people out there know where they can follow you guys.
Instagram is at Opulence Style House.
Okay.
Facebook would be Opulence Style House. And North Point Mall, Opulence Style House.
For sure, yeah, yeah. And y'all didn't
In
know we are
Alpharetta.
at North Point Mall in Alpharetta, Georgia. So make sure y'all come check out the Style House.
Yes.
But where did this come about? What was going on? What
Well, I
happened?
started as a designer out of New York. I'm out of New York. I'm based out of New York, Long Island, New York. I was a correctional, but I did 22 and a half years in a prison as a
Okay.
correctional. 4.5 years in the Army. I worked at Ground Zero 6 days after the towers fell. Then I got beaten by the cops in 2016, mistaken identity.
Oh wow.
Then it took a spin on my life at that point or whatever. I could have felt under, but with the support of my wife and my kids, I surpassed that and took 4 years to settle that case. We settled the case. New York wasn't fun for me anymore. In 2018, we transitioned to Atlanta, and we made this our home. When COVID hit or whatever, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life or whatever, so I had time to take time to evaluate myself. So I started picking up the pen again and started sketching again.
Mm-hmm.
So I told Tasha, I think, I'm ready to get back on the road and do this again. So we was in Atlantic Station. We met a young lady in Atlantic Station. And I used to always wear my pieces. When fashion, when you're a fashion guy, I always advise wear your pieces so they can get familiar with the brand. So I didn't go outside without wearing the brand. So I met a young lady. She loved it. She opened a store in Phipps Plaza called Mergeco. And she said she would love to have me and Tasha there. Got there, whatever. She had her requirements for me coming in the store or whatever, 30-70 split or $1,000. I get to keep 100% of my proceeds. So I gave it $1,000 because I believed in the brand.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know the brand.
For
She
sure.
just saw the $1,000. First week I did 16,000. End of the month I did 15,000. She said, "Come back, let's be partners."
No, I bet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
no,
after that, we became partners, and I averaged 15,000 7 months straight. It always hit 15, 15.2. Always hit 15,000. I generated the store 27,000. It was always 27, 28,000, whatever. But she had to cut that check up top to 15,000. Had to come to me. I think she got a little discouraged because she was the CEO, but I was
The
taking
moneymaker.
out.
Yeah.
But it would have changed. The narrative would have changed if she had the patience, but she didn't give me the authorization to pick the brands in the store. She was doing the picking of the brands, and it wasn't the brands that should have been in the store.
For sure.
So I didn't have the control.
She didn't.
So
know.
after that, the relationship dissolved. We had to hit reset or whatever. Got into another bad relationship. We had to hit reset again. So we was being tested. And my wife started saying, "Ronald, we need to do it on our own." I started hesitant because I'm always about numbers or whatever. I don't want to put myself out there to fail. But I'm a twin, so her and my twin brother was like, "Ronald, you got it, you got it, you got it." So I followed their lead. So I think I was in New York. So my wife and another partner of ours, they went looking for spaces, and they was FaceTiming like, "Babe, this is it, this is it." And they found this. I didn't go on the ride. I trust them, and they came in, and I came back. And I saw it, and we've been here 3 months. We built this out in 30 days. So this is what you see in 30 days.
And it looks wonderful.
Gorgeous.
I
We did
gotta
this
say.
in 30 days,
Y'all will
bro.
definitely be able to see it.
Yeah, we did this in 30 days, you know what I'm saying? So we took the papers down, and they were blown away when they saw what we did. We gave them the concept, but the manager knew who I was because he knew the manager of Phipps Plaza, and they spoke highly of me. And he said, "We're glad you're here." And the rest was history. We've been here 3 months, and we did Pleasure, P, Ray J, Sammy, Bobby Valentino, Pleasure P. I'm on Kirk Franklin's TV show. It just went off this season called The One. I dressed up The Bachelor. I did Vito. I did T.I. It's just the list goes on. We just did Sexy Red last week.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? But when it comes to fashion, I believe, when it comes to fashion, you're not our afterthought. You are our only thought because image is everything. I didn't
For
come
sure.
down here to be in Atlanta just to have a house. I want to be a part of the economics because we are the culture. We keep the lights on in Georgia. We got to believe that.
That's a shit
You know what
show.
I mean? And that's the story.
For sure, man. So speaking of celebrities, who was the first celebrity that you styled?
Bobby Valentino. I met him in Cumberland Mall. I had my pieces on. He said, "Yo, where you get that from?" I said, "I designed it." He said, "Yo, I'm coming to your house." You know, Bobby came to my house at 1:30 in the morning. I told, I'm not going to open the gate. We're in a gated community. My wife said, "Ronald, don't blow the opportunity." So I got up out of bed and came, or whatever, and Bobby picked his pieces and he wore a Black Lives Matter coach's jacket to London,
hmm
sold out in a 40,000 city tour. And after that, that's how the other ones followed. And that was my
Man,
beginning.
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, I stand to correct him on the first celebrity that
Oh.
that
Oh, I
received
forgot. Yeah, I'm sorry.
because in
It was before that.
2007 when
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
started out. I took it to LA and he styled Magic Johnson. So that was our
Yeah, I
biggest.
forgot about that.
How did you?
And then I did Jackie
That
Long
is
from the movie
crazy.
ATL. I did B5 Puppy's group, the kids from Atlanta. There was a group called B5.
Sorry.
I did who else did I? Jackie Long, Weeby from The Wire. I did him. Yeah, I did so much I forget. You know what I mean? I'm just blessed
That's
that
crazy. You just said Michael
I'm just blessed
Jackson.
that I've been in these circles, and I'm humble for what I do because just the way you can be, you can have it. It can be taken from you, and I believe in it, and I'm never gonna change who I am. You know what I mean? I don't care how big I am because when I started fashion, I developed the line in L.A. That's how I met Tasha. You know what I mean? And I would go to these factories and ask these Jewish people what is the best factory, and they look at my face and say, "Find out on your own." They did not want to share the talent. But we were
Yeah,
doing different things, but I wanted to break that cycle because I didn't want nobody to do that to me. So I was like, I don't mind spreading knowledge because it's free, you
hmm
know? So, and that's just how I am, you know what I mean? I'm not selfish like that. If you hot, you hot, I'm going to give you your flowers. I don't
for
care. If you
sure,
hot, it's undeniable.
for
You hot.
sure.
And that's just how I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you remember the first piece you created?
Yes, I'll show it to you. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, he got it. That's major.
We literally keep it for
Mm.
inspiration. People always ask where it's at,
For sure. Can't put a price on that. Hey, it's crazy because I got a crazy shot of this piece too already.
This is the first piece I ever created. You see that?
Man, look at that, y'all.
You see that?
it's called Killer Clown.
So as I grow up, I'm a little older than you guys. I just turned 60. So
Down.
so I grew up in a hip hop culture with Jim Jones, Santana, and all of them. There was a brand called the Great Wall of China. It was based out of LA.
hmm
It was just Chinese artifacts or whatever, but the whole hoodie was embellished in Savasi crystals. That's fire. But they didn't have no marketing, nothing. Their marketing was their influences. That's how you got to whip what these hoodies. And these
hmm
hoodies was going away for 11 to $1,500 a hoodie. I was like, yo, Tosh, I can do that. So I said, I'm gonna go on the rock and roll side, killer clowns, skulls, and all that. So that's how this got
The
came to
strings
life.
in that hoodie is even
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
crazy.
So this is just new. This wasn't back then. They didn't exist. I just added this in
Okay.
a while ago. But the taper and the cutting, the shred, this has just been for years. People just
Yeah.
doing it again. And we showcased this hoodie in Las Vegas, and I sold 40 of these hoodies to Dubai, 450 a piece wholesale. I had to sell this hoodie for 950. Dubai do not want nothing cheap. The first celebrity client wanted this hoodie was Little John. I turned it down because at the time that was True Religion was out, AG was out, Christian Artiger was out, or whatever, and I had to find out what I didn't understand what protecting the brand meant. You know what I
hmm
mean? So influencers, I thought this was clean, so I wanted somebody with a clean look to showcase their talent. so of the brand. So I passed on Little John with it. So she was excited at Little John. I was like, okay. He wasn't the face that I wanted at the time because it was my baby. So I wanted to do it right. I mean, so I passed on the Little John story. But this is crazy that we're talking about Little John. I just sent 7 more looks at Little John because Little John is planning on doing the Super Bowl with Usher this year.
Crazy.
They called me and wanted me to send 7 more pictures. And I also sent this hoodie with the 7 pictures so he can remind him he wanted this hoodie back. You know, so
For sure.
God working mysterious ways or whatever. I'm just blessed to be where we're at. And this brand is bigger than me and my wife. We have kids and we want to leave a legacy for the kids. I mean,
For sure.
Go ahead, Taj.
So just to jump in on the jacket, so we Nordstrom was interested.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
And taking our line, and they flew us to Tyson Corners.
We get that,
and when
yeah.
we went to Tyson Corners, they picked out several different designs that they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
This is called Killer Clown. Killer Clown has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And a blade, razor
They
blade.
really loved it, but they didn't want it because of the gun. So they kept going back and forth at the table whether or not they wanted it. So they said, well, no, we're not going to take it. You know, and then by the time we flew back to New York, they called us and said, we really want the gun.
Yeah.
We really want it. I mean, I
But
guess
we
they
sold
tried
it.
to figure out
You know what I mean?
how they were going to sell it and it not be on a negative connotation, you know.
Right.
So, but it was fire. When they saw it, they just went crazy over
For
it.
sure.
You know, and the guy, the graphic artist, all we did was tell him that we wanted to do like Killer Clown concept because everybody was doing skulls at the time.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do crazy clowns or whatever. So the clown was definitely a graphic artist design that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I always tell him to this day, although that was done in 2007, that we have to go back to this. We
Oh,
really
God.
have to go back and
I need one of those right
and,
now.
And I did, I forgot, I did Boo and Gotti
sure.
too. They're from Atlanta too. Boo and Gotti was my first. I forgot about Boo.
Okay.
You know, Boo did a whole photo shoot with me. Back in the days in Atlanta, they had these little magazines called 6 Degrees. They fit in your pocket. You know what I mean? I was in that spread for 6 months. You know what I mean?
That's hard.
I mean, so God's been good. We just never wavered. Here it is, 2023, and rightfully it's still here. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to help anybody that's willing to help me. You know what I mean? Because I know this stuff takes a team effort. Like you guys, I'm honored for you guys to do this interview with us or whatever. We've been in Atlanta. We don't know many people in Atlanta or whatever. But like I said, there's enough room for everybody to eat in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
You know? So when it comes to, I speak French, we, not me. And I live by that.
Collaboration over competition.
I live by that. I don't hate on nobody's talent. I'm not threatened by nobody's talent. I only focus on mine. I mean, I'm not threatened by somebody else's talent. I'm not.
Sure.
I'm good at what I do. I mean, the other person might be good at what they do. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
What's your favorite piece that you've created? I really want to know what's your favorite piece that you guys have created and what's your favorite
Oh,
piece?
let me go back to Tasha. Tasha also is a designer just as well because she's been influenced by my talent. So it got to the point she got tired of looking at my stuff. So she created her stuff. So she brought something value to her piece. Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Show is her partner. So they created a brand called Berryland. So it's called Love Black Women.
That's hard.
So, yeah.
I seen the handbags you got.
Yeah.
Those
That's
are
our first.
crazy.
Our line is Berryland. Our first collection is Love Black Women. So we did bags and jackets with crystal buttons and stuff. And now we're kind of moving. We're not going out of it, but we're moving into a different direction because we also want to do love all women because every woman needs to be loved, but Black women especially because of everything that we endure, everything we go through.
For
We
sure.
are a strength that people just kind of tumble over and don't pay attention to. But we carry a lot of weight on our back, and we just wanted to be able to represent what a Black woman stands for, and wearing it on their arm or wearing it on their back, it feels good. So Mimi Foss, when I gave her one of the bags, and literally, if you see Mimi Foss today, she's carrying Love Black Women bag.
Shout out to
And
Mimi.
absolutely, and I love her for that because, and when I see her, she says, "Girl, I love this bag." So it made me and Shirley feel really good to know that we were doing something good. But I didn't want to offend other women either because they are loved just as well. So that's why Shirley and I were like, we're going to create for Love Women as well. So
For sure. Rafe Lanier. Where
Yes,
did
sir.
that name come from?
Well, I had a partner, Raif. He's from Togo, Africa. My last name is Lanier. Um, he's from Brooklyn. So Raif, he was a designer by himself. He from Africa. He specialized in a lot of tie dye. He does a lot of tie dye, funky tie dye dresses or whatever. He dressed up Queen Latifah, Maxie Priest, Jill Scott, Donald Lawrence whole choir. He just was a beast at what he does. I just brought the modern piece to him. So he liked it. He liked it, the stuff that I did. I liked it what he did because he was a sewer. I wasn't. So we needed each other. So I said, yo, let's do right from there. The culture. I mean, and that's how that was born.
That's hard. That's hard. What's the craziest request you've gotten from a celebrity?
The craziest request I got, can I get it for free?
I bet.
You know? So when you're making all this money, you know, I think you should have some form of respect to acknowledge the talent. You know? For some, I don't mind giving it, but it has to make sense. It has to make sense what you're going to give me back. I'm saying? So I don't mind giving it, but it has to make sense what I'm going to get back in return.
Especially
I'm saying?
coming from the standpoint where you experience your success paying off or your
Correct.
recognition and being,
Correct.
getting paid for the work you put in.
Correct. You know, but I know how celebrities are. They will ride off of their celebrity-ness, you know, and everybody wants to get everything for free. But like Future said, when I think that hat, RGB, was the hat that he wore, and he said, yo, don't act for a discount when you don't go to Gucci and ask for a discount. Treat our prices
That's
the
for
same
sure.
respect as you treat the other, and I respect Future for that because we work hard with our craft to deliver the goods. So the narrative is really changing. There's a lot of upcoming black designers that's fire out here, and we need to give them flowers just as well because they put a lot of work in their pieces or whatever. And it starts with yourself. You got to believe in your product. You got to believe in your brand. And it's okay to start something and you see that I'm coming short because I'm not selling something. Just go back and revamp it. Go back and study. I mean, it's not saying that you're a bad designer. It's just this might not be the piece for this year. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
so, you know, it happens to the best of us. You know, I'm not perfect. I only can go what I love. And hopefully I have enough soldiers out there like what I'm giving out.
For sure.
Speaking
have-
of, I didn't want to cut you off.
no, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, like in Opulence, we have over 20 designers that are they're very creative and they design their own pieces, and we wouldn't be Opulence Style House if it was not for them. So we have to definitely give them kudos for everything that they're doing, and they motivate us and we motivate them. So
And we make money for them.
we definitely they put us out there and we put them out there and we love them and we
Right. And we don't mind, you know, some of the brands may do more than me in the store. I don't care about that because we all winning. And it's not about somebody with fashion, somebody's going to have to lead. It's just inevitable. Somebody have to lead. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that.
So speaking of becoming designers,
Yeah.
we actually got a special guest for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, we
yeah.
definitely do. Like,
Yes.
Just touched down.
Just touched down.
Step in with y'all.
Yes.
You feel me? So
absolutely.
I'm on
Yeah, absolutely.
We
We'll
got
give some room.
Atlanta's own Atlanta Santana. Excuse me. No,
Atlanta Santana. Wow. Woo. Man. Woo.
That's
Woo.
crazy.
Man, it's fire. Let me try this joint on.
Reptilians.
Santana, what kind of material is that?
Crocodile, man.
Jeez. Got the clock. Stop playing, man.
Oh my God. Y'all see
With
it.
the hood.
Looking like it was made for what you right.
You see it. Look at that. Y'all see it.
For sure.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Everything high fashion, you know. Like I said, it's a lot of talent in Atlanta, whatever, and we here to help showcase that talent. You know what I mean? And you did a good job with this guy. And I always say, when it comes to fashion, you're not our afterthought, you're our only thought, because all these designers, images, everything when we make these pieces or whatever. So I want to give a big hand to my guy. You did your thing, my guy. Yes, sir.
For sure.
So, one thing that we pride ourselves in is like the purpose of the cook up is to create a platform for the people to be able to, for all walks of life, creators, entrepreneurs, musicians. We've had people that does epoxy, marbling, floors, and things of all that nature. And we want to we aim to create a space where it's basically a network of entrepreneurship and people being able to tap into resources and, feed off of one another. Because as you stated, everybody can eat. So the concept of the cook up is for people to be able to share their recipe. Share your recipe, the things that make you an entity or a brand or a person, and share them with the world. And, we had the honor to be able to sit with Santana a couple weeks ago, and after viewing his artwork and his pieces, and they've been going crazy. After doing a bid, he was able to find himself, at a place where he's able to find a creative thing and be able to just, transcend from where he come from. Which, so the Trenches Global, that was dope. And I think in the midst of us filming that interview, I think one of our actual president was able to show you, and you invited him out. So it's like, I just wanted to say that was just dope. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
To be able to connect those dots.
Yeah.
So glad to be able to see that.
So Santana, I heard you from Atlanta, born and raised?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Whatever. So tell me a story about your journey.
I had my first stroke when I was 20. I had a strong bank head.
Okay.
So I ended up getting incarcerated as soon as I turned 21. So I've been gone the last 7.5 years.
Wow.
During the midst of me being incarcerated, I kept on designing and really honed in on the skill of cutting and sewing. When I was on the street, I was just doing a lot of deep press.
Right.
Store.
Right.
Since I've been incarcerated, I've just been cutting and sewing hot pieces.
So, what would you tell the people that's from Atlanta, whatever, that you grew up with? There's opportunity to grow. You don't always have to go to the streets to live out a dream.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's YouTube University. The only thing you gotta do is put in the work. It's out there on YouTube.
Yeah.
I learned. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exactly.
I taught myself how to sew.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really more so the end of my business into a prison where they was actually making t-shirts for the prison for me to. But this, I done did time in the hole for making clothes.
Wow. Wow.
A learning experience.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 29.
Nice. So, do you have any regrets for your journey, or did it make you a better person?
I really appreciate it. We all make mistakes. So it's I learned from the mistakes.
What you did.
I learned a lot of it.
Yeah.
It really made me appreciate it more now. Having to go through that. Then,
I love that you being transparent, because we have a lot of youth out here. Need to let them know, just because they see your face, but there's a story behind your journey. And you know what I mean? And it goes to the same thing with me as well. As far as I just told you, that I got beaten by the cops and stuff like that, but you would never knew that if I didn't tell you. I mean, because I had to wither that and whatever. I do have post-traumatic stress. I fight my sleep, and sometimes my wife had to catch me fighting in my sleep or whatever. But I'm still here, you know what I mean? And I didn't wither. I stayed focused on the prize, and now we're store owners, of our own fashion house.
like the slogan for the brand really for me more so don't let your location determine your destination.
I love
Like you
that.
look on the sleeve and actually say go forward.
Nice. I see the dialogue.
You gotta go forward.
Yeah. You have
You
to.
can't stay stagnated, whatever, it's the past and keep going forward. As long as you stay consistent and keep grinding, something will come out of it.
Exactly. Because time don't wait on nobody. I mean, so, and I see that we're on the same page. And I would love to have you in Opulence Style House. You got the talent that I do look for, funky, eclectic pieces. Our pieces are not for everybody, and I get that. I'm saying we're some special kind of people, and I love to have you a part of the Opulence Style family.
Definitely appreciate the extension to be a part of.
Yes, sir.
Let them show for
Yeah, yes, sir.
These couple pieces I just made too, like I mean, like this circle material.
Nice. Nice.
Is that a poncho?
Yeah, that's country. Pants to go with it.
That's crazy.
I just ain't seen like
What's the
sweatsuit.
styling right
Oh yeah.
I
Fire.
just seen like sweatsuits, different little
Yeah.
way going
Is
on.
that what like you
Yeah.
I just ain't seen like my whole thing be I would just want to make something I ain't seen before.
Yeah.
Ain't going, it's a lot of stuff I ain't seen. But
Yeah, but you still here. You weathered the storm. You got out, and now you still have a chance to make up for what was lost. I mean, that's what life is. They throw us cold curveballs and obstacles, but it's what you do with the obstacle. I mean,
For sure.
yeah, that's fire. Yeah,
Eventually they all bite. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, come on, Tyler.
yeah, we have a couple pieces.
talent.
Man.
I like playing with different materials.
Yeah.
I like playing with different little pieces.
Yeah. That's fire.
All right,
Yeah.
you're showing out now.
The materials I ain't really seen.
You showing out. He was like, "It's lightweight. Look at him." And you know, and the thing about what you're doing here is, I was just telling a young man today, he said he wanted to start back, learn how to sew. Right? And I said, sewing is your key to everything, and you have to be able to make your stuff stand out different from somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, don't just do a t-shirt and a hoodie and just be the same in here what we have. You got to make your stuff be something different for them to go, okay.
I see it.
If you tear a ripping the one side of the collar or the sleeve, it just took that sweatshirt to a different entity and made it individual for someone else, as opposed to just grabbing a regular sweatshirt. This right here just took to a different.
Yeah.
It took us somewhere else here. So, and this material and just the design of it is awesome. I love it. I love it.
We got another piece right here that our host got.
Man, my mic just fell, you know what I'm saying? But you know.
Got the whole fit on.
Got the whole
It's right there. It's right there.
The whole.
The whole fit on. Yeah, he bummed them one up.
So you know.
You know what I'm saying, guys?
Go forward.
You got something.
You better go forward.
The T as well.
Yeah.
You feel
I
me?
love it.
The trench feeling told y'all know.
All right, that's enough.
And the quality on these pieces are so crazy and just so astonishing. It's just, again, bro, you just, like I told you in the interview, you went crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell quality.
We gotta set the standard.
You can definitely tell quality.
And that's what we love about Opulence is that everybody's coming in here different. It's like a bowl of gumbo.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's all kind of different. Everything in it, you know.
You know, and we're giving our opportunity to get placements on movie sets, videos, or whatever. I don't care who is the one that steps up. If he's next up. You know what I mean? Out of the Style House.
For sure.
That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no eagles here. If you got eagles, we leave those at the house. You better leave them at home. 'Cause we don't have no room
We
for that.
need more of this, not only like
Yeah.
in Atlanta. You appreciate you bringing that from New York, but
Yeah.
we just need more of that in the world. We need more of that within our culture. And like I said, it's just beautiful to see something like this even come together. Because like I said, we were able to sit with him, and just one thing that really stood out with me with sitting with him is just perseverance.
That's what it's about, perseverance. The same thing. I said getting beaten by the cops. Perseverance is the key. Because we could have folded. We could have cracked. He could He could have just gave up. He could have been angry. He could have went home and just said, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going to be a beast when I get back home. But he chose not to because he knew the end result of that is either going back to prison or death. And he knew that, you know what I mean? And I'm quite sure he probably had some focus pieces at home. He maybe had a mom, he had a dad, he maybe had kids out there that he had to use that as a focus point. I mean, and said, nah, I had enough. I mean, and sometimes we need that for us to sit down somewhere and review and look at ourselves and say, I'm better than that. And so when he found out he can sew, he's like, I'm running with this. And congratulations.
Yeah.
I say,
For sure.
You did the thing. Just keep.
yeah, you're a beast. You definitely got it. You know what I mean? And I love to do some collabos with you, whatever. Two hands are better than one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
For
you
sure.
know what I
And
mean?
we
So,
just want any young person out there that's paying attention to understand and know that it doesn't matter. I mean, we are in a world of judgment, but don't let the judgment take you down. You keep moving, because when you fall on your face or when you hit rock bottom, there's no place but up. And going up means you start your creative mind deploying, and you do what you're good at, and get out there and then make it work for you.
Absolutely.
Everybody, stars, the sky's the limit when it comes to stars. You can reach for any one of them.
That's so
You
true.
know, and we're honored to be able to have Opulence Style House as one of the venues to be able to give young people or anyone an opportunity. So
For sure.
We're honored to be able to witness it.
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Definitely want to give y'all flowers. Just everybody that's in front of this camera, just as
For
creators, entrepreneurs, people of color, people that learn perseverance and just elevation.
And can I say one more thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Opulence Style House is a style house for you come in and pretty much style yourself, but we have the runway for you to be able to do your little runway walk with your outfit on, stop at the mirror, take a look at it, and walk out of here event ready. Literally, you can come in here and get styled from head to toe and go right to the event.
Right to the car.
We got VIP lounge area, and it's not just for VIPs, it's for the private styling area for anyone who wants to come in and get styled
podcast.
by someone. We got podcasts, but this
This is
style
lit.
house is specifically for you want to be fitted from head to toe, you need to come into Opulence.
Suited and booted.
You heard it here first.
Exactly.
Or second, third.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, you know what I mean?
Welcome to the family.
Hey, that's what it's all about,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Y'all seen that here first on the Cook Up, Opulence Style House, the Trenches Global. You know what I'm saying? We got two more questions for y'all. One, the people want to know, how do you tell quality clothing or quality garments over something that was just put together fast just to come out?
I pay attention to seams and fabric, textiles, if they know how to mix textiles together, stuff like that. You when you're telling me a price point and I'm looking at the garment and it doesn't meet the price point, I have a problem with that. And I don't have a problem giving out suggestions, not to hurt the designer. I just want him to go back to the lab and perfect it. And he can come back. I'm not closing the door on him. I just want him to correct it, whatever.
For sure.
It's not saying that he's not a designer. It's just things he still just have to critique. I mean, I'm not perfect just as well. And I always pitch ideas. I always ask my wife, what you think, whatever. And she'll tell me, oh, I think you need to do this. I think you need to do that. Because I'm still learning too. Fashion is always room for learning. It's always room for learning. And anybody has fashion sense and fashion talent, we're always learning how to elevate. We get inspiration from other people. Gucci, Balenciaga, you know that they stay in the race because they always look at what the next door is doing. They may critique it, put a twist to it, but they're not too far from that new piece that's hot. I mean,
For sure, man.
so
Last question. We always ask everybody that sits down with us if they could pick any dish to describe what makes them, what dish would it be?
A German chocolate cake.
Okay. German chocolate cake. That's lit.
The reason why I picked a German chocolate cake is because my grandmother taught me how to make a German chocolate cake from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very temperamental type of cake. Every ingredient has to be right on point. And if you don't get it right, you have to do it all over again. So, and your attitude has to be in line with it. I'm saying that because if my attitude is not in line with the cake I'm making, it comes out horrible. I may have put a little bit too much salt, or I forgot to salt it, or whatever. So that's a very specific cake that requires very specific instructions, and you have to follow it to the T. I'm a little anal when it comes to that, and it gets on his nerve, but
Hey, you gotta be.
But it tastes good after she been.
yeah, it comes out the way it needs to come out, and I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not a perfectional person. I'm sorry, not perfect, but I like to be a perfectionist in it, and that's just the way I am.
For sure.
So that's dope. What I would ask you, sir, is if there was a recipe of things, attributes, things that would a recipe that makes Opulence Style House, that makes Ray Lanier, that makes you as a brand, and makes y'all as a brand and an entity. Like, what do you think those ingredients would be?
A lot of flavor, a lot of color, a lot of texture. I mean, that's what makes us different. I mean, I like my boutique to be a rainbow of color, because color is fun. I mean, we have so many different skin tones, pigmentations, and I want, when you walk in this room, we got something for everybody. That's what the Style House is. I mean, let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And there you have it, man. It's been a pleasure sitting down with you guys. Santana, it's definitely been another pleasure sitting down with you, bringing you guys in the around each other, you know what I'm saying, in the same space. Again, it's always a pleasure to be around Black excellence, and you guys are for sure Black excellence. And again, thank you guys for your time.
And another thing too, thanks for Cook Up, because if it wasn't for Cook Up, Santana wouldn't be here. So if you saw something that in Santana that you saw he was cooking up, so you brought it to somebody else, so we can blend these recipes together, so we can make a whole bowl of a new
Shout out to
appetizer.
the president, man. Shout out to that boy Hippie.
Yeah.
He couldn't be here today, but major shout out and salute to our president Hippie. You know we love you, my boy. This is another episode of In the Kitchen. We are the Cook Up. We out.
Thank you. Good. Is that fire?
Here we come.